My trip to Paris. Chapter 1: Arrival in Paris. The moment I stepped off the plane at Charles de Gaulle Airport, the realization hit me. I was finally in Paris, the city of lights, love, and endless beauty. The air felt different here, charged with anticipation and the promise of adventure. After collecting my luggage, I navigated through the airport, excitement building with every step. The journey from the airport to my hotel in Montmartre was a blur of unfamiliar sights and sounds. Paris unfolded before my eyes like a living postcard, with its elegant buildings and bustling streets. The taxi ride offered a fleeting glimpse of the city's grandeur, leaving me eager to explore its depths. Montmartre, known for its bohemian spirit and artistic history, was the perfect base for my Parisian adventure. The quaint hotel I had booked was nestled on a quiet street, a stone's throw away from the vibrant heart of the district. Its charm was immediate, with a cozy room that felt like a home away from home. After settling in, I couldn't resist the urge to start exploring right away. The streets of Montmartre called to me, each turn revealing another layer of the neighborhood's allure. The cobblestone paths, lined with cafes and boutiques, led me on a whimsical journey through the area's artistic past. My first stop was the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, perched atop the hill like a guardian of the city. The climb up the winding steps was a small pilgrimage, each step drawing me closer to the panoramic views that awaited at the summit. And what a view it was! The whole of Paris spread out beneath a sky turning gold with the setting sun. It was a moment of pure awe, a welcome that exceeded all my expectations. As the daylight began to fade, I found myself in the Artists' Square, surrounded by painters and portrait artists capturing the essence of Montmartre. It was here, amid the hustle of creativity, that I met Julien, a local artist whose passion for Paris was infectious. He shared stories of Montmartre's legendary residents, from Picasso to Van Gogh, painting a vivid picture of the district's bohemian heyday. Our conversation flowed effortlessly, Julien's insights adding depth to my first impressions of Paris. He recommended hidden gems to explore, from tucked-away gardens to the best spots for coffee with a view. His warmth and generosity embodied the spirit of Parisian hospitality, making my first day in the city unforgettable. As I made my way back to the hotel, the streets of Montmartre alive with the sounds of evening revelry, I felt a profound sense of gratitude. Paris had welcomed me with open arms, offering beauty, history, and the beginning of new friendships. My adventure was just beginning, but already, I knew this city would capture my heart. Chapter 2: Exploring Montmartre. My second day in Paris greeted me with the golden hues of morning light spilling across the cobblestone streets of Montmartre. Eager to immerse myself in the charm and history of this artistic haven, I set out early, camera in hand, ready to capture the essence of a neighborhood famed for inspiring artists and dreamers alike. The air was crisp, with a hint of autumn as I meandered through the winding paths, each turn revealing a new vignette of Parisian life. Montmartre's allure was palpable, from the scent of fresh pastries wafting from the boulangeries to the soft strains of a street musician's accordion. It felt like stepping into a painting, where every detail was a brushstroke of Parisian culture. My first destination was the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, its white domes gleaming under the morning sun. The climb up the stairs was a meditative journey, offering moments of reflection and anticipation. Reaching the top, I was rewarded with a breathtaking panorama of Paris stretching out below. The city awakened, with the distant Eiffel Tower piercing the skyline. A view that captivated my heart and solidified my bond with Paris. As I descended from the basilica, I wandered into Place du Tertre, the artist's square, where the vibrant energy of Montmartre's artistic legacy came alive. Easels and canvases filled the square, each artist capturing the essence of Paris through their unique lens. The colorful displays of art, from watercolors to oil paintings, were a testament to the enduring creativity that defines Montmartre. It was here that I met Leah, a young artist whose vibrant paintings of Parisian scenes caught my eye. She shared her journey as an artist in Montmartre, from her inspirations to the challenges of capturing the city's ever-changing light. Her passion for art and love for Montmartre were infectious, offering a deeper connection to the neighborhood's bohemian roots. Inspired by our conversation, I continued exploring the hidden corners of Montmartre. I discovered quaint cafes tucked away from the main paths, each with its own story and charm. At one such cafe, I paused for a coffee, savoring the simple pleasure of watching the world go by in this historic enclave. The afternoon led me to the Montmartre Vineyard, a surprising patch of greenery amidst the urban landscape. The sight of grapevines in the heart of Paris was a delightful reminder of Montmartre's rural past, adding another layer to my understanding of the area's rich history. As the day turned to evening, the golden light casting long shadows on the streets of Montmartre, I felt a profound sense of contentment. My exploration had revealed not just the beauty of Montmartre, but also the warmth of its people. Leah's stories, the welcoming smiles in the cafes, and the artistic legacy that pulsed through the streets had woven a rich tapestry of experiences, making my second day in Paris unforgettable. Montmartre had captured my imagination, leaving me with memories of art, history, and human connection that I would cherish long after my journey continued. It was a reminder that the heart of Paris beats strongest in its neighborhoods, where the spirit of the city comes alive in the most enchanting ways. Chapter 3: The Louvre Museum. On my third day in Paris, I woke up to a sky so clear and blue it seemed like an invitation to explore one of the city's most iconic landmarks, the Louvre Museum. Known as the world's largest art museum, it houses thousands of works from different periods and cultures. The prospect of seeing the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo up close filled me with an exhilarating blend of anticipation and awe. After a quick breakfast at a nearby cafe, I made my way to the Louvre, its famous glass pyramid gleaming in the morning sun. The contrast between the modern pyramid and the historic palace architecture was a visual reminder of Paris's unique blend of the old and the new. Joining the queue, I felt a buzz of excitement among the crowd, all of us eager to dive into the artistic treasures inside. Once through the entrance, I was immediately struck by the grandeur of the museum. Each hall and gallery whispered stories of bygone eras, holding artworks that have captivated viewers for centuries. My first stop was the Renaissance section, where I hoped to see the Mona Lisa. The crowd around Da Vinci's masterpiece was thick, but the moment I caught sight of the painting, the surrounding noise seemed to fade away. There she was, her enigmatic smile just as mesmerizing in person. It was a surreal experience, standing before one of the most famous artworks in the world. As I moved through the museum, I explored Egyptian antiquities, marveling at the intricacy of the artifacts and the ancient stories they held. The Greek and Roman sculptures were equally captivating, their beauty and expression timeless. In the midst of my exploration, I crossed paths with Alex, a fellow traveler from Spain. He shared my fascination with art and suggested we explore the museum together. Our shared enthusiasm for the artworks made the experience even more enriching. We exchanged observations and insights, each piece sparking new discussions and perspectives. One of the highlights was visiting the French painting section, where works by Delacroix and Ingres offered a glimpse into France's rich artistic heritage. Alex's knowledge of European art history added depth to our exploration, making each painting come alive with stories of the past. After hours of wandering through the vast halls, filled with awe at every turn, Alex and I decided to take a break at the museum cafe. Over coffee, we reflected on the day's discoveries and the power of art to transcend time and connect cultures. Our conversation flowed effortlessly, a testament to the friendships that can form in the most unexpected places. Visiting the Louvre was not just an artistic pilgrimage, it was a journey through human creativity and expression. As Alex and I parted ways, promising to keep in touch, I felt grateful for the shared experience and the new friend I had made. Leaving the Louvre, I carried with me not only memories of the magnificent artworks but also a deeper appreciation for the stories they tell and the connections they inspire. It was a reminder that art, in its many forms, is a universal language that speaks to the heart of our shared humanity. Chapter 4, Notre Dame Cathedral. My fourth day in Paris dawned bright and clear, a perfect day for exploring one of the city's most revered landmarks, the Notre Dame Cathedral. Nestled in the heart of the Isle de la Cité, the cathedral stands as a monument to Gothic architecture and centuries of history. The anticipation of witnessing its grandeur firsthand was thrilling. I arrived at Notre Dame in the late morning, its famous spires reaching into the blue sky. The detailed facade, with its sculptures and gargoyles, told stories of biblical proportions, inviting onlookers to ponder the tales of the past. Joining a guided tour, I was eager to learn about the cathedral's history and the secrets it held within its ancient walls. Our guide, Marie, was a wealth of knowledge, her passion for Parisian history evident in her storytelling. As we stepped inside, the cathedral's vast interior enveloped us in a sense of awe. The stained glass windows, particularly the rose window, cast colorful light throughout the nave, creating an atmosphere that was both serene and mystical. Marie led us through the cathedral, pointing out significant artworks, the impressive organ, and the remnants of history etched into the stone. She shared stories of the cathedral's construction, its role in the fabric of Parisian life, and the efforts to preserve it for future generations. As the tour concluded, I decided to climb the towers, a journey of over 400 steps that promised panoramic views of Paris. The climb was challenging, but the reward at the top was unparalleled. Standing among the gargoyles, looking out over the Seine and the city beyond, I felt a connection to the centuries of history that Notre Dame has witnessed. Descending from the towers, I spent a few moments in quiet reflection in the cathedral's garden. It was here that I met Julien, a local artist sketching the cathedral's intricate details. We struck up a conversation about the importance of Notre Dame in Parisian culture and the impact of the recent fire that had threatened this historic gem. Julien shared his perspective as a Parisian, expressing hope and determination in the face of the restoration efforts. His insights added a personal dimension to my visit, reminding me of the resilience and beauty that Notre Dame symbolizes for so many. As I bid farewell to Julien and Notre Dame, I felt enriched by the experience. The cathedral, with its breathtaking architecture and storied history, had offered me a glimpse into the soul of Paris. The conversations with Marie and Julien had deepened my appreciation for the city's heritage and the ongoing efforts to preserve it. Leaving Notre Dame, I carried with me the awe-inspiring images of its interiors, the panoramic views from its towers, and the stories that make it a living monument. It was a reminder of the enduring power of history and architecture to inspire and connect us across time. Chapter 5: A Seine River Cruise. As my 5th day in Paris unfolded with a gentle Parisian breeze and a sky brushed in soft pastel hues, I decided it was the perfect setting for a Seine River cruise. The river, a vein pulsing through the heart of Paris, offered a unique vantage point from which to admire the city's architectural marvels and historic sites. Eager for a tranquil yet captivating experience, I headed to the embankment where the cruise boats gently bobbed in the water, ready to embark on their journey. Boarding the boat, I found a spot on the open deck, ensuring unobstructed views of the city as we glided along the Seine. The boat set off, and Paris began to reveal itself in a symphony of sights: the grandeur of the Musée d'Orsay, the solemn beauty of the Isle de la Cité, and the imposing façade of the Louvre, all seen from the shimmering waters. As we passed under the many bridges that connect the city's two halves, each with its own story and architectural style, I was struck by the seamless blend of history and modernity that defines Paris. The guide's commentary, rich with anecdotes and historical facts, provided a narrative thread that linked each landmark to the next, weaving a tapestry of Parisian life through the ages. It was during this mesmerizing journey that I met Emma and Lucas, a couple from Australia on their honeymoon. Sharing the excitement of discovering Paris from this unique perspective, we quickly found common ground. Our conversations flowed effortlessly, touching on our travels, favorite moments in Paris, and the simple joy of experiencing new cultures. The camaraderie that developed was a testament to the magic of travel and the instant bonds it can create. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the city, the Eiffel Tower came into view. Standing tall against the evening sky, it was a sight to behold. The boat slowed, allowing us to take in the moment. The iconic symbol of Paris, illuminated in the soft light of sunset, a memory etched in time. The cruise concluded as the city lights began to twinkle, mirroring the stars above. Saying goodbye to Emma and Lucas, we exchanged contacts with promises to share photos and keep in touch. The experience had not only provided a new perspective on Paris but had also forged new friendships. Walking back along the riverbank, the reflections of the city lights danced on the water, a visual reminder of the day's beauty and serenity. The Seine River cruise was more than a simple tour, it was a journey through the heart of Paris, offering glimpses of its soul. As I reflected on the day, I felt a deep connection to the city, its history, and the people who, like me, had come to marvel at its beauty. Paris, from the perspective of its river, was a reminder of the enduring allure of this magnificent city. Chapter 6: The Eiffel Tower. On the 6th day of my Parisian journey, I set my sights on the most iconic symbol of Paris, the Eiffel Tower. Rising majestically against the city's skyline, it beckoned with the promise of unforgettable views and a tangible connection to Parisian history. The anticipation of ascending this marvel of engineering filled me with a mix of excitement and reverence for the craftsmanship and vision it represented. The morning air was crisp as I made my way to the Champ de Mars, the green field that lay at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. The structure's sheer size and intricate ironwork became more impressive with each step closer. Joining the queue, I felt a buzz of shared excitement among the tourists, each of us waiting for our turn to climb to the heights of Paris. As I ascended the tower, first by elevator and then by foot to reach the higher viewing platforms, the panoramic vistas of Paris unfolded beneath me. The city, with its winding streets, historic buildings, and the serene flow of the Seine, was a breathtaking tapestry of life and art. From this vantage point, Paris seemed both vast and intimate, a city of endless beauty and stories waiting to be discovered. It was on the second viewing platform that I met Mia, a fellow solo traveler from Italy. She shared my awe at the sight before us, and we struck up a conversation, exchanging our impressions and experiences of Paris. Mia's enthusiasm for architecture and her keen eye for photography added depth to our shared experience, as we pointed out landmarks and scenic views to each other, capturing memories through our lenses. Together, we ventured to the summit of the Eiffel Tower. The view from the top was unparalleled, offering a 360-degree glimpse of Paris in all its glory. Standing above the city, with the wind whispering tales of the past and the horizon stretching into the distance, was a moment of pure magic. Mia and I shared a sense of camaraderie, two strangers connected by the beauty of Paris and the towering achievement of the Eiffel Tower. As evening approached, we descended the tower, reluctant to leave but eager to see it illuminated against the night sky. Settling on a nearby bench, Mia and I watched as the Eiffel Tower lit up, its golden lights sparkling like a beacon in the darkening city. The light show that followed, with the tower twinkling against the night, was a spectacular sight, a fitting end to an unforgettable day. Parting ways with Mia, I felt grateful for the day's experiences and the friendship that had blossomed from a shared adventure. The Eiffel Tower, more than just a monument, had been a gateway to new perspectives, both of the city and of the connections that travel can forge. Walking back through the streets of Paris, the tower's lights flickering in the distance, I carried with me not just photographs, but memories of shared moments, the thrill of exploration, and a deeper love for this enchanting city. Chapter 7: Strolling Through the Marais. On the seventh day, with the early morning light casting a soft glow over the city, I ventured into the historic heart of Paris, the Marais. Known for its preserved pre-revolutionary architecture, vibrant street life, and rich cultural tapestry, the Marais promised a day of discovery and enchantment. My exploration began on the narrow, cobbled streets lined with exquisite mansions, known as hôtels particuliers, which spoke of the district's aristocratic past. Each corner revealed a blend of the old and the new, from chic boutiques housed in ancient buildings to contemporary galleries nestled beside traditional boulangeries. As I meandered through the Jewish quarter, the scent of freshly baked challah mingled with the aromatic spices of falafel, inviting me to pause and savor the flavors of the Marais. The area buzzed with energy, a testament to the diverse communities that have called it home over the centuries. Finding a quaint café tucked away from the main thoroughfare, I settled in for a coffee, watching the world go by. The café was a microcosm of the Marais itself, artists scribbling in notebooks, locals exchanging news, and travelers like me absorbing the vibrant atmosphere. It was here, over my steaming cup of café au lait, that I struck up a conversation with Elodie, a local artist whose work I had admired in a nearby gallery. She shared stories of the Marais, offering insights into its transformation over the years and its significance as a creative hub. Her love for the neighborhood was infectious, and she generously suggested a walking route that would take me through hidden gardens and courtyards I might have otherwise missed. Following Elodie's recommendations, I discovered peaceful oases amidst the urban bustle, the Place de Vosges, with its symmetrical beauty in elegant arcades, and the Hôtel de Sully, a stunning example of Renaissance architecture. Each step revealed the Marais' ability to balance historical preservation with dynamic modern life. As the afternoon gave way to evening, I found myself at the Marché des Enfants Rouges, Paris's oldest covered market. The market was a feast for the senses, offering a plethora of gourmet treats and fresh produce. I indulged in a delicious crepe, enjoying the lively banter of the vendors and the mix of locals and tourists sharing meals at communal tables. The day in the Marais was more than just a walk through a historic district, it was an immersion into the essence of Parisian life. The conversations with Elodie and the encounters with the neighborhood's art, history, and cuisine deepened my connection to Paris. The Marais, with its enduring charm and vibrant streets, had captured a piece of my heart. As I made my way back to my accommodation, the images of the Marais at sunset, the laughter and chatter of its cafes, and the serenity of its hidden gardens stayed with me. This district, a tapestry of Paris's past and present, had offered me a glimpse into the soul of the city, a memory I would cherish forever. Chapter 8: Visiting the Musée d'Orsay. On my 8th day in Paris, I embarked on an artistic journey to the Musée d'Orsay. Nestled on the banks of the Seine, the museum is famed for housing some of the most magnificent Impressionist and Post-Impressionist masterpieces in the world. The anticipation of standing before the works of artists like Monet, Van Gogh, and Degas filled me with a profound sense of excitement. As I approached the museum, the unique architecture of the former Orsay railway station struck me. Its transformation from a bustling terminal to a temple of art was a testament to Paris's ability to repurpose and celebrate its history in innovative ways. Upon entering, I was greeted by the grandeur of the main hall, a spacious area that hinted at the building's past life. My first steps took me directly to the Impressionist gallery, where the vibrant colors and emotive brushstrokes of the paintings enveloped me in a world of beauty and contemplation. It was in front of Monet's Water Lilies that I met Clara, a fellow art enthusiast from Brazil. She shared my admiration for the piece, and we quickly struck up a conversation about our favorite Impressionist artists and the emotions their work evoked. Clara's insights into the cultural context of the movement added depth to my understanding and appreciation of the pieces we viewed together. Together, we wandered through the galleries, each turn bringing us face to face with iconic works. Standing before Van Gogh's Starry Night over the Rhone, I felt a connection to the artist's turbulent yet passionate soul. Clara and I discussed the painting's dynamic colors and swirling night sky, marveling at Van Gogh's ability to capture the essence of the night. Our exploration led us to the museum's upper floors, where the panoramic terrace offered stunning views of Paris. The city stretched out before us, a living canvas that mirrored the beauty and complexity of the artworks inside the Musée d'Orsay. After several hours immersed in art, Clara and I decided to take a break at the museum's cafe. Over coffee, we shared stories of our travels and the places art had taken us, both physically and emotionally. The conversation flowed easily, a reminder of how art can forge connections between people from all walks of life. Visiting the Musée d'Orsay was not just an opportunity to see famous artworks but a profound experience that deepened my appreciation for art's power to inspire, evoke emotion, and bring people together. As Clara and I parted ways, promising to stay in touch, I felt grateful for the shared experience and the new perspective I had gained. Leaving the museum, the artwork still vivid in my mind, I carried with me not only memories of the stunning pieces I had seen but also the joy of connecting with someone who shared my passion for art. The Musée d'Orsay had been a highlight of my Parisian adventure, a place where the beauty of the past met the enduring spirit of the present. Chapter 9: Discovering the Latin Quarter. On the 9th day of my Paris adventure, I set my heart on exploring the Latin Quarter. Nestled on the left bank of the Seine, this historic district promised a journey through time, where the intellectual and cultural roots of Paris run deep. Known for its bustling cafés, bookshops, and the prestigious Sorbonne University, the Latin Quarter seemed like the perfect blend of Parisian charm and scholarly tradition. The morning air was crisp as I wandered down narrow streets, each turn revealing layers of history and vibrant contemporary life. The sounds of the city. A mix of distant conversations, the clinking of café cups, and the soft shuffle of pedestrians, provided a lively soundtrack to my exploration. My first stop was the Shakespeare and Company bookstore, a haven for book lovers from around the globe. Stepping inside, I was greeted by walls lined with books, the scent of aged paper filling the air. It was like entering a literary sanctuary, where every shelf held stories waiting to be discovered. I struck up a conversation with Sarah, a fellow traveler from Canada, who shared my fascination with the shop's bohemian past and its legacy as a meeting place for writers like Hemingway and Fitzgerald. Together, we ventured deeper into the heart of the Latin Quarter, making our way to the Pantheon. Standing beneath its imposing dome, we marveled at the architectural grandeur and the solemn beauty of its interior, where France's most distinguished citizens are laid to rest. The sense of history was palpable, a reminder of the country's rich cultural and intellectual heritage. Our wanderings led us to the Luxembourg Gardens, a peaceful oasis amidst the urban landscape. Sarah and I found a quiet bench by the fountain, where we sat and watched Parisians enjoying the simple pleasures of a sunny afternoon. Children sailed miniature boats across the water, while students from the nearby Sorbonne lounged on the grass with books in hand. As the day turned to evening, Sarah suggested we dine at a classic bistro in the quarter. Over plates of delicious French cuisine, we shared our travel stories, discussing the places that had touched our hearts and the unexpected joys of solo travel. The meal was a delightful end to a day of discovery, filled with laughter and the warmth of newfound friendship. Exploring the Latin Quarter had offered me more than just a glimpse into Paris's intellectual and artistic legacy, it had provided a connection to the city's soul. The conversations with Sarah, the serene moments in the Luxembourg Gardens, and the rich history embedded in the streets and buildings of the quarter deepened my love for Paris. As I made my way back to my lodging, the vibrant scenes of the Latin Quarter lingered in my mind, a tapestry of past and present, tradition and daily life, woven together in the heart of Paris. It was a day that underscored the beauty of exploration and the unexpected encounters that enrich our journeys. Chapter 10, Luxembourg Gardens. On my 10th day in Paris, seeking a blend of nature and culture, I decided to spend my day at the Luxembourg Gardens. Renowned for its lush greenery, majestic fountains, and the regal Luxembourg Palace, this oasis in the heart of the left bank was the perfect place for a leisurely day. As I entered the gardens in the morning, the sunlight filtered through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the pathways. The gardens were alive with the sounds of Parisians and tourists alike enjoying the tranquil setting, a tapestry of laughter, chatter, and the distant hum of the city life surrounding the park. I strolled along the neatly manicured lawns, admiring the array of statues and the beautifully designed flower beds that added bursts of color to the landscape. The central feature, the Medici Fountain, with its serene pool and mythological sculptures, offered a moment of peaceful contemplation. Finding a quiet spot near the fountain, I took out a book I had purchased from Shakespeare and Company. Immersed in the world of literature, I was occasionally distracted by the joyful play of children sailing miniature boats on the garden's pond, a charming sight that brought smiles to all who watched. It was during one of these moments, lost in the pages of my book, that I met Mark, a local university student. He was sketching the garden's panoramic view, his pencil moving deftly across the paper. Intrigued by his talent, I struck up a conversation, and we quickly found common ground in our appreciation for art and the tranquility of the gardens. Mark shared stories about the history of Luxembourg Gardens, from its inception by Marie de' Medici in the 17th century to its role as a beloved public space today. He pointed out hidden gems I had yet to discover, including a secluded orchard and an antique carousel that had delighted generations of children. Inspired by our conversation, Mark and I decided to explore the gardens together, each pointing out our favorite spots and sharing anecdotes about our lives and travels. The gardens seemed to unfold in new ways as we wandered, revealing secret corners and stunning vistas I had not noticed before. As the afternoon waned, we found ourselves watching a game of chess being played by the garden's older denizens, their strategic moves drawing a small crowd of onlookers. The sense of community and the timeless appeal of the gardens were evident in these simple moments of leisure and social interaction. Mark and I ended our day at a café terrace within the gardens, savoring cups of coffee as we reflected on the beauty and calm of our surroundings. Our meeting, a chance encounter in this urban sanctuary, had enriched my experience of Paris, reminding me of the serendipitous connections that travel can foster. Leaving the Luxembourg Gardens, I felt rejuvenated and grateful for the day's discoveries and the new friendship I had made. The gardens, with their blend of natural beauty and cultural heritage, had provided a perfect backdrop for a day of exploration and connection, capturing the essence of Paris's enduring charm.